The following presentation is solely for entertainment purposes and not to be taken seriously. While content and characters may be based in truth, this presentation is not meant to offend or harm in any way. It's the Olly Brown Show, America's favorite Thrillbilly. And now, here he is, Olly Billy-Bob Brown.
Hoo-ha! Howdy, y'all. Yee-haw. Shake your tail feathers. Yup, yupper doodle. Let's do it to it. Hoo-ha. Churning the butter. Hope my barn door's not open. Bring it home. Ta-da! I can't believe this is my reality show.
Previously on the Olly Brown Show.
I ain't gonna let that border patrol get me just yet. No, hey, hold that door. Hold the boat for me. I'm a-coming. I'm gonna get on board. Wait.
I'm hiding out for a little while until the police get off down the road a bit. I am. Whoa. Hey, ooh, don't need to rock the boat because the boats are rocking me, if you know what I'm saying. I feel like I am in the belly of the whale, except my name ain't showed up. Now, I'm down here at the bottom of the boat, and I'm trying to keep myself on the DL. That's another way of saying out of sight, out of mind. You know what I'm saying? I figured that while I'm stowed away down here, I could play a game of catch-up. Only problem is, I ain't found no ketchup to play with. And they ain't got no mustard or mayonnaise neither. Whoops. What do we got here? Ha ha! I guess it's hold the fort, hold the door, and hold the presses. Cause I got a stack of papers over here that's got all kinds of news in it that I need to catch up with. We got old news, nothing news, and breaking news. And I'm gonna bring it to you from yours truly, from the bottom of the boat, the belly of the whale. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, old Olly Brown here, well, he's got the gift of gab, and he loves to talk, and he can get really wordy when he wants to. And it's true, I do love to visit with y'all, but I ain't gonna do it to you today. No, sir, I ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna keep all my comments short and sweet, because I know how you all are thinking about old Olly Brown. He can go on and on and on and on and on. And on 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 about all the things that are going on in these here funny papers. But like I said, I ain't gonna do it to you. I'm gonna read these headlines all rapid fire like and keep my answers speedy to you, okay? Because I gotta tell you something. Ever since I started running this race for the president, I feel like I'm doing nothing more than running in place, while those front runners are out there running circles around each other, and they're getting closer and closer and closer to the finish line. I don't know if I'll ever catch up with them now.
Oh no!
And speaking of front runners, from what I hear tell, them there front runners have been having a whale of a time with some debates and tackles. But it seems like they are more tackling each other and a fishing for trouble.
Yeah.
Boy, let me tell you what. I'm more behind than ever. At this rate, I'll be lucky to cross the finish line. Ho hum. But don't give up on me though. I'm still in the game, folks. Yeah. I'm here to play. Now, while I've been down here in the belly of this here boat, I found out that they have some bottles of helium. And I hear tell that if you take a couple of balloons like the ones I got here right now, and you fill them up with helium, why, that makes things just roll right along. It makes your voice go up, and things go real fast like. We can have some real good fun while we read these here papers. Let's do it. Well, all right now, let's get to it. There's all kinds of papers here, and I don't know how far back in time they go. It's just a huge stack. I mean, here, take a look, peek at these. Well, I mean, this is just a little portion of them, okay? So we're just going to go as fast as we can, and I don't know what order it's going to be in, but I'm just going to respond to them just like everyone's asking me to do. Okay. Oh, here's a good one right here on top. It says, it's got Mr. Donald and Miss Hillary on it. It says, Top of the Ticket Blues. Well, they look like they're just singing karaoke, don't they? Well, they could have joined my karaoke team, couldn't they? That would have been fun. Oh, here's a good one. Clinton bolsters lead in Nevada. Well, that Clinton never ceases to amaze me. I didn't know she was a good bowler. I bet she'd be wonderful at it. I wonder how many strikes she can get. It'd be different than the good old American pastime of baseball, because 3 strikes and you're out. In bowling, you got to get a lot of strikes and you're winning. Oh, this is interesting. Trump campaign comparing hippie as result.
Huh?
Well, that's interesting. Well, I would like to know what's going on there. What's he hiding? You know what I'm saying? I mean, what would Mr. Donald want to do, and why would he want to know and compare hippie ass one with the other? Is he trying to hide something, or what's he trying to tell us? I don't know. Infuriated Clinton comes out swinging at commie. Well, I'm not surprised about that either. You know, good old America, we've never been interested in commies. Communism is not our thing, so keep that in mind, folks. Okie dokie, more to come. Let's see here. Clinton helps empower women as she blazes a momentous trail. Well, that's fun. That's fun that she's empowering women, and blazing a trail must mean that she is getting really far down that campaigning trail. And she must be getting closer to that White House, a lot closer than I am. Oh, and what's this one say? Trump's idea of great should not be ours. Well, that makes sense to me. I mean, to be great, it doesn't take hours and hours and hours. You can be great in seconds if you want to. Got to keep that in mind, people. Stay motivated, stay focused, stay on target. Okay, and you can be great too. Okay, Trump rallies thousands in Vegas. Boy, everywhere he goes, he's making money. He's making thousands of dollars in Vegas. He must be a big gambler, I'll say that much for him, Yepper. Here's one, let's see. O is for oratory. Well, I don't get that. I thought O stood for O, which I like much better than oratory, because I don't even know what oratory means. Nope, sir. Okay. Oh, here's another one. Clinton commie coexistence would be an awkward one. Oh, well, that just sounds kind of like that other headline I read a while ago about the commies. Yeah, you know, that Miss Hillary, she should not be associated with any commie. She is, after all, an American. That's right. Okay. Trump's lies are par for the course and nothing like gore. Oh, well, you know, the only thing listen close. The only thing I know about gore is the horror films that are playing all over the movie theaters out there. Lots of blood, guts, and gore. Well, that's quite a statement to say that Trump's lies are on the same level as gore. But I guess I wouldn't put it past him. Okay, what's this here? Okay. Her final lap on high road, often muddy. Oops, Miss Hillary must have run into some rainy weather as she's been running this here race. Okay, here's another one. Trump began final sprint to November. Final sprint? Well, aren't we already into November? Oh my goodness. I don't know if I even have a chance of winning this here race. But I gotta keep trying, folks. Okay, uphill battle for Clinton on trust. Well, You know, there are lots of hills that you're going to be hitting when you run the race. I know I hear their tale that there's a lot of them in San Francisco and that San Diego. You know, you just got to make it up the hill before you can make it to the top. That's all I can say, Miss Hillary. Trump urges vetting. Well, that's really nice that he's urging vetting. I like animals too. And, you know, they need doctor care as much as anybody else. So, you know, urge them vetting and get those animals down to the vets. You know, it's a good thing. Donald Trump's cabinet begins to take shape. Oh, I didn't know that Mr. Donald was all that good about making cabinets. He must be really good with his hands. A good woodworker, you know. That's what it takes to make a good, solid cabinet. And he's going to need a big one, I think, because, you know, you got to have a good space, a lot of space to deal with all that China stuff. Let's keep going. Okay, Biden appeals to onions. Well, oh, you know what? I like onions too, folks. Just like Mr. Biden. The only thing is that if I'm appealing them, well, you know, there's all this water that comes down my eyes. I look like I'm crying all the time. You gotta be careful. I hear you can take a matchstick and put it between your teeth, and that'll help stop that crying when you're appealing to onions. Just keep that in mind now. That's a tip from Olly Brown. Okay. Trump says the OJ is protecting Clinton. Oh, well, now, do you believe that? I don't believe that. I mean, how could OJ protect Clinton? He's in prison himself. The OJ protecting Clinton. Oh, I don't even want to look at that one anymore. Okay, Clinton hopes to woo white Catholic voters. Well, I didn't know she was in the market to be a wooing, but I guess that makes sense. Oh, and especially as that relates to this next headline. Clinton honeymoon over before it can possibly start. Well, I hate to say it, but, you know, Miss Hillary Clinton, well, I think she's been married a long time, and that honeymoon was over and over and over a long time ago. Mindful of Brexit, bettors trend toward Trump. Well, there you have it. More proof that Mr. Donald is a big gambler, and like attracts like. So if you're a big bettor, you're going to attract other people who are big bettors too, and you all are going to be betting with each other or against each other. I don't know which. Okay, polls give Clinton slim edge. Well, isn't that nice? There's a group of people out there called the Poles. They must come from Poland, and they're giving Miss Hillary a big compliment about how slim she looks. I guess it's really important to tell the ladies that they look slim, whether it's true or not. Okay, Trump pushes legal envelope to avoid paying federal taxes. Well, I don't see what the big deal is about that. Anyone can push an envelope. I mean, what's in that envelope? Lead? No big deal. That shouldn't even be a headline. Okay, the GOP has to scramble after Trump's terrifying promise. Well, you know what, GOP, if you're terrified about scrambling, then don't worry about it. You know, when it comes to eggs, you've got your choice of how to make them. You can even put them raw into like a smoothie or a health drink. But you don't have to scramble them if you don't want to, or scramble them if you want to. You can hard boil them. You can make them sunny side up over easy, and you can even poach those eggs. Keep that in mind, GOP. Yes. So now I don't have eggs myself because I'm a vegetarian. Okay, pledge to protect jobs. Oh, that's fun. I'm glad a furniture polish will help our economy by supplying jobs, and I guarantee you that if Mr. Trump continues to shape his cabinet, makes a big cabinet, you, being pledge, can work with them on getting more jobs together. Hey, that could be a match made in heaven, for all I know. Okay, imagine if Clinton and Trump traded places. Well, I can imagine that. I can. It's a 50-50 kind of a race, isn't it? Yeah? And if they traded places, this could be Mr. Donald, and this could be Miss Hillary. And if they traded places, then it would just be like this. It'd be just turned around. Everything's turned around. At least it's not upside down. Not yet, anyway. After telling party, auto piss a Trump failure may benefit GOP? Auto piss? What? Well, I don't get that one. I don't know what that means, auto piss. That means like you got to go to the bathroom or something? I mean, that seems to be automatic to me anyway. I mean, what's the discussion here? I mean, when I need to go raise the river or shake the dew off my lily or butter the popcorn, as we say back home, then yeah, I'm going to automatically go and start pissing. That's just the way it happens. I guess the only other thing I can think of that this could mean is that your auto is pissing. And does that mean that your car is leaking oil? Well, it just seems to me that if that's the case, then why don't you just say, my car is leaking oil? Come on, people. Even at dinner table, Trump ditches manners. Whoa. Now, I thought that Mr. Donald was with this Miss Melania. So what's he doing at the dinner table with someone named Miss Manners? And then he turns around and he ditches her? Well, that's a double whammy. He ditches Miss Melania, and then he ditches Mrs. Manners. I don't think the guy knows what he wants. Okay, Clinton and Trump offer vastly different economic proposals. Oh, boy, let me tell you what now. Just so far, we've learned that Clinton has been wooing and the honeymoon is over and Trump is ditching people at the dinner table. You know what? It's just starting to sound like this whole presidential race is sounding more like a big wedding ceremony. Get on with it already. Come on. Okay. Next president needs a new red tape agenda to stimulate growth. Well, come to think of it, I don't think I've ever seen any red tape. I know that there's Scotch tape, which is clear, and then there is the masking tape, which is kind of whitish or yellow, and there's electrical tape that's black. But I don't think I've ever seen any red tape specifically for anything. No, My favorite, though, I will tell you this, is duct tape. It's kind of great. And the best use for duct tape is when you're getting tired of listening to someone talk, you just put it on their mouth and they shut the duck up. That's right. Okay, moldy GOP was an ideal place for the rotten Trump to thrive. Well, there's a lesson to learn here. There really is. Moldy and rotten. Well, they go together. You put one rotten apple in the bushel, and everything starts to rot out and get moldy. Same thing with tomatoes. You got a moldy, rotten tomato, it's going to be a bad one, and it's going to destroy all the other ones. So, this is a good headline. It's telling the truth. Okay, GOP must find a way to unite people, not further divide them. Well, when it comes to arithmetic, mathematics, and all that, I'm not really good at it. And, when it comes to dividing, I'm definitely not very good at that, especially the long division. It just goes on and on and on, and, I don't know. I'll just stick to what I know, adding, a little subtracting, and a whole lot of multiplying. That sounds like just enough for me. But not the division, not the dividing. No, sir. I will say this, though. I'm pretty good at math overall. I got ADD because I can add. Okay, more than 225,000 ballots cast in county. That's a lot of ballets, but I'll tell you what, when it comes to stimulating the economy and making jobs happen, well, I guess the ballets are doing that. Trump seizes on Memo. Well, I'll be darned. He was the first one to find her. I know they made a big movie about finding Memo. I guess Trump has solved that mystery. That's pretty cool, huh? Okay. Emails reveal Sanders scared Clinton's camp. Oh, well, this headline must have been around that Halloween time, and Mr. Sanders must have gone into Miss Hillary's camp and scared the bejeebies out of her. That's what we used to do back home in the holler around Halloween time. We'd go into the girls' camp, and we would scare the living tar out of them. Okay, all women ticket offers Henderson voters a chance to make history. Well, I'll tell you what, I think I've said this before at some point in time. When it comes to the women, why are they not making herstory? It's all about the pronoun, That's what I hear tell these days. It's all about using the right pronoun, okay? If it's all about the women, then it's a her, it's a she, then it's about making herstory. If it's about the fellers, it's about him and he, then you're talking about making history. Okay. Officials fight Trump's claims of a rigged vote. Oh boy. You got to be careful using using that kind of language. Using that word rigged or rigger. Oh, sorry about that. You can't just go around calling people riggers, especially in the South. People don't take kindly for you calling them those kinds of names. It isn't always about sticks and stones. It's about making the right choices to not offend people. Okay. Oh, guerrilla warfare. Body language can't aid Trump in political jungle. Well, I don't know if a bunch of guerrillas getting together and having a war is fair or not. But I will say this, if it's in the jungle, I won't be there, so whatever happens between them gorillas, if fair or not, it's just going to happen, and I won't be the judge of that, okay? I'll stick to the boondocks. Okay, cut ties to Trump, big donors urge. Well, if you cut all the ties, they become a little shorter, don't they? And they might not be the right size for what a tie should be. So if you cut the ties, does that mean that all the ties become little bow ties? It's a question. It's something to think about, and I suppose that's what these headlines are all about, making us think. No, Trump steps up attacks. Oh, well, the only thing I know about tax is that you use these little things and you use them in what they call a cork board or a bulletin board to hold up your paper notes or something like that. But if you leave them on the ground and you step on them, Mr. Donald, it's going to go right through your shoe and it's going to prick your foot or your toe or something, and it's going to hurt, and you might even bleed. So be careful about, steps and tax, okay? Trump's slip in polls has GOP worried. Well, Mr. Donald, if I were you, I wouldn't be letting people know that you wear slips. They might think that you're one of them there cross-dressers, and slips are supposed to be kept underneath. Fixing the debates by making them reality TV. Oh, well, you know what? I come from a long line of fishermen, and we go out and we do that with a line and a pole, but we got all kinds of different kinds of baits. So, just by this headline, I'm saying that there's going to be a new reality TV show coming up real soon, and it's all going to be about fishing. Ooh, I can't wait to see that one. GOP split over Trump putting red states in play. Well, I'm learning something new all the time. I did not know that Mr. Donald was a playwright, and that he would be able to cast people who can do the splits. I can't do any splits. The only people I know who could do splits are those ladies and those girls on the cheerleading squad back in school. Okay, Trump's words spur sex assault post-online movement. And then here's another one right beside it that says, Trump, Clinton let insults fly during final showdown. Well, both of those headlines talk about something that I don't know a whole lot about because I don't care for salt that much. I will not put it on my food, and I will not throw it over my shoulder for good luck. So I would not be throwing it around either at other people. So I can't tell you much about that, but I would not be throwing salt. It can sting if it gets in the eye. I'm a pepper man myself. I like to put pepper on just about everything. Hope y'all aren't getting seasick while I'm sitting here going through these headlines. I'm going as fast as I can. Here we go. Clinton goes on attack. Didn't we just talk about that a minute ago? I was advising Mr. Donald that he shouldn't be stepping on attack, and now they got another article about Hillary, Miss Hillary, stepping on attack. Goodness gracious. I hope you got some hard-soled bottoms on your shoes. Turn off from Camp Clinton. Well, Miss Hillary, did you not pay your water bill or your light bill or your sewer bill or anything like that? Because if you're paying your bill, nobody's going to come along and turn off anything. You better keep that in mind, okay? Perils of political put-downs. Well, the only thing I can say about that is if you got one putt down, you must have the other putt up. And the only way to really play putt-putt golf is to sort of have them on the same plane. Keep that in mind. Yeah. Politically polite. Well, if you got the light on, you're going to see things a little more clearly when it comes to anything that is political-like. So having a polite is going to help you see. But having no light just means that you're in the dark politically, and you don't want to be in the dark. You want to know what's going on. All right? Stay informed, people. Stage set for primetime political showdown. Oh, boy. I'll tell you what, though. I like shows, and there's no way you can have a show without a stage, so I'm glad they got the stage set in time. Kane gives the rundown. Well, the only thing I can say about that, Mr. Kane, is that, it's hard to run down a hill just as it's hard to run up a hill. So be careful when you're running down the hill because you could stumble over yourself and fall head over heels, head over heels, head over heels until you reach the bottom. Just saying. Rubio's awkward Trump dance continues as Election Day approaches. Well, here's what I can say about that. Mr. Rubio, if you are the type of person who isn't a good dancer, it's an awkward thing for you, then I guarantee it, you're not going to be on Dancing with the Stars and competing for that trophy, okay? Trump campaign is about one thing, Trump. I guess that says it all. No comment. The first face-off. Well, I guess that's talking about that first facial implant, where they take off a face and put on a new face. That's quite a surgery. Wow, I don't think I could ever go through that. Trump unveils sweeping tax plan. Well, that's probably the first time he ever picked up a broom and swept anything, so that's probably a good thing, okay? New poll, Trump and Clinton in dead heat. Well, they must be running neck and neck. I think that's what that means. That's kind of a very telling statement, so I better get it in gear. All right, GOP leaders need to put country before the party. Well, back where I come from, back down in the boondocks, we put the party in the country and the country in the party. They go hand in hand. So I don't know what the difference is. We just put them all together and everyone has a good time. Y'all are invited to come anytime you want. Come on down to the holler and join us for a good shindig and hoedown. It's official. The outsider is in. Well, it's about time. Separating people, keeping them divided. Some people have to stay outside. Some people are allowed inside. Some people are included. Some people are not. I don't think that that's what America's about, and that's why I'm running this here race. I want everyone to get involved and to be a part of the process and to help cheer us on in America. I think that's a great thing. All right. Donald Wrong Way Trump.
Well, there you go. If he was driving along and went the wrong way on a one-way street, well, they caught him. They caught him and they wrote an article about it and they ended up calling him Donald Wrong Way Trump. Yeah, I hope he wasn't trying to drive the wrong way on a two-way street. That would be a double whammy, wouldn't it? Okay, what's atop Trump's head is as disconcerting as what's in it. Well, I often wondered what's on top of his head. I often thought that was a possum. If I ever see him, I'm going to ask him. You can bet your bippy on that one. Okay, Clinton hits her mark. They ought to put boxing gloves on Miss Hillary because she's always swinging and hitting at something according to all these newspapers. Goodness gracious alive. Clinton wins historic nomination. Well, I guess that is something like a big nationwide spelling bee of sorts, you know, where you get asked a lot of questions, and if you get them all right, then you become the winner. And she got involved in one of them there kind of contests that asks her a lot of questions about what she might know about her nation. And I guess she won, because it says right here, Clinton wins historic nomination. What else we got here? Calm resilience guides Clinton on grueling quest. Oh, well, I wonder if she was having any trouble with her finances, because where I come from, if you're eating gruel every day, it's because you don't have a whole lot of money to buy anything else but the gruel. Clinton leans left to secure formal rival Sanders' support. Well, if you're leaning left, then you go to the right, then you lean to the left, and you lean to the right. I guess you're a wobbling, aren't you? So if you lean to the left and you don't lean to the right, then you are probably going to keep leaning further to the left, and you might just fall down. Be careful, Miss Hillary. Experts see Trump as unfit. Well, have you seen the suits he's been wearing? They seem like they're oversized and baggy on him, so maybe they aren't fit. Maybe he needs a new tailor. Getting America back in gear. There it is. Well, I guess that's an article that is helping support all the fellers out there that we used to call grease monkeys. They're called mechanics who fix our cars and keep them on the road. You know, there's no sense in buying a new car every year. If you can have a mechanic fix the car that you have right now, it'll last longer, save you a little money, and that probably is a good thing. Okay, Trump vows clarity. Well, who's Clarity? Again, I thought he was with Miss Melania, and then he went to dinner with that, Miss Manners? And now he's taking vows with Miss Clarity? Well, is he getting married? Is he married to more than one person? Well, I think there's only one place you can go for that, where you can have what they call, plural marriages? It's called polygamist or something like that. In this country, anyway. Okay, I guess he's one of them fellers who likes to have more than one wife. That's what I get from that. Okay. A house divided. Well, the only thing I can say about that is what my pa taught me. A house divided against itself, it cannot stand. And all of y'all need to remember that. Sheesh, oh. Sounds to me like there's a lot of mudslinging going on, and a lot of slinging hash too. Now I think, if I'm correct, that slinging hash is good for business, especially in states like Washington and Colorado. You know what I'm saying? It's true. Now, for me personally, I love slinging hash because I think that food fights are fun. But if I have to go about mudslinging, I prefer to watch two ladies in wet t-shirts slinging mud at each other. Just like two pigs in a pig pen wallowing around in the mud. Now that kind of mudslinging, that's what I call fun. Truth be told, from where I sit, I see them there front runners ain't doing nothing more than running around a Monopoly board saying nothing about anything. I don't know why they do that. This is a race, not a runaround. Remember, folks, if you run around full circle, you're going to wind up exactly where you started. Think about that. Well, after reading all these here funny papers, I've done gone and figured out that them there front runners have already gone and beat me to the White House. Yes, sir, they have. But by golly gee whiz, that ain't going to stop me. I'm going to keep on trucking until I get there. Just like they do in those marathon races. They say if you can cross the finish line, then you are still a winner. It's true. Don't believe everything you read in the funny papers. Well, I guess you better go then. I gotta get out of here. It's starting to feel really claustrophobic down here. Well, y'all, I gotta get back to doing it to it. I've been lost for way too long and stuck in the belly of this here boat. But I can't do that no more because I hear tell that some of them there front runners have already finished the race. But that ain't gonna stop me none. I'm still out there running for the president. You betcha I am. I ain't a quitter. I ain't gonna stop. I ain't gonna stop until I make it all the way to that there White House. This race ain't over until it's over. So I appreciate your support. Keep cheering me on. Stay tuned. Here we go. Next time on the Olly Brown Show.
Oh, stop. Hey, give a fella a chance, folks. Stop. Oh, okay, I get the hint. Fudge apples, y'all ain't no fun. Gee, me crickets. I was running for the president for Pete's sake. Oh, I'm out of here. I'm so out of here.